I just got off of work right now. I already took my trades for the day. I actually ended up losing. I took three. I wasn't supposed to take three because I lost the first two. So technically, even if I would have won the first trade, I would have been up back on the account instead of just break even. But even if I won, I would have still. Today would have still been considered an L day, no matter if I won money or lost money, because I didn't follow the rules. I don't care. I'm getting to that point where the outcome is it's gonna be the outcome regardless, and there's nothing I can do to control that. And I realized after everything, like I would have still had like $500 to trade with tomorrow, and that would have been 2 trades for tomorrow. But I used it on my third trade, and yeah, I shouldn't have took the third trade, just to be completely honest with you. So I ended up losing $1,000 today. I risked 250 on the first 2 trades. Both of them were longs on US 30. The first trade, I think I took it off of a fair value gap. The second trade, I took it off of a 4-hour imbalance. The first trade was a 1-hour fair value gap, actually. The second one was a 4-hour imbalance, and then the third trade I took was on NAS 100. I risked $500 on that trade. The trade I took on NAS, it was off of a 1-hour imbalance, and I actually took shorts on NAS because it never ran the previous day low yet. So that's where I expected it to go, because that's what US 30 did. So I trusted it on NAS. I entered that one. I risked 500 because I had like 500 left in the account before I was back at break even. So I just said fuck it, I took it because I trusted it. But it doesn't matter if I trusted it or not, because the thing is, I did not follow my rules. So even if I would have won that trade, it wouldn't have mattered. Sure, I would have been up, I would have been closer to passing an account, I would have been closer to a payout, but fuck that payout. It'll come once I start being disciplined and following the rules. Came up with the 3Ds. It's discipline, desire, and determination. If you can stay determined, you can stay disciplined, and you can keep that burning desire in your head, to keep that burning desire inside of your head like your life depends on it. Basically, the 3Ds it's something that I came up with at work. I came up with it in my head. It's called the 3D rule, alright? The 3D rule will bring your desired reality into your physical reality. That's why it's called the 3D rule, okay? 3D. You follow the 3Ds, and your desired reality will become your 3D reality, alright? So discipline, determination, and desire. Yo, what's up? I just finished reading the Bible, and I just finished eating a pizza. Well, I actually finished reading the Bible a while ago, probably like a few hours ago. I just finished back testing right now. That's what I actually just finished doing. I smoked a few hours ago when I was reading the Bible, and I'm about to smoke again after eating the pizza. I would show y'all, but my camera, for some reason, it won't turn around, so I would have to end the recording and record another, record with the camera turned around, and then it's too much work. I'm not doing all that just to show y'all a fucking pizza. But the Bible notes I got for today, let's get into them, right? So I read Obadiah 1, and I didn't know Obadiah, there was only 1 chapter or whatever, and then Jonah 1 through 4. I didn't know some of those books in the Bible were so fucking short. I read 5 chapters, Obadiah 1 and Jonah 1 through 4. And the notes that I took down personally, I'm sure there's stuff that I probably missed, but basically the notes is to don't try to escape from the Lord, because He's everywhere and he sees everything at all times. Like, He's an omnipresent being. He sees everything, past, present, future. He knows everything. He already knows what you're gonna do before you do it. So when you sin, don't turn your back on God. He already knows what you did. He knew you were gonna do it before you did it. I mean, when you put it that way, it sounds like we don't have free will, but we definitely do. But next it says that sometimes we need to go through a period of isolation for us to be able to return to the Lord, like to rebuild our relationship with the Lord. And then the next one is, it says if you ignore God or worship other gods, you lose the mercy that God gives you. But obviously that's only for that period, because if you repent and forgive and turn your ways turn back from your ways and you turn back to your rebuilding your relationship with Christ and God, then obviously He's gonna forgive you and you're gonna get His mercy back. But obviously, if you turn back again, then you're gonna lose mercy again. It's common sense. And then salvation comes from God is the next one. Obviously, we all know that one. It's not. We all know that the saving comes from God. The salvation comes from God. And when God tells you to do something, it says that you're better off doing it because, like I said in the beginning, there's no escaping from God. And if you try and run from God, you can't escape from God. So if you just do what He tells you to do, obviously you won't be punished or anything. But if you stay obedient to God, you'll actually be rewarded for your obedience. And that's what I wrote down. And then the next part of the Bible notes, it says, turn away from your evil and violent and sinful ways, and God may turn His wrath and anger away from you. And what this one is talking about, basically, the reason I wrote this one down, I actually read the second part, the actual paragraph from the Bible, it talks about how, I don't know how to say it, Nineveh, whatever city, that city in the Bible, Nineveh, was destroyed. It was supposed to be destroyed in 40 days. It's what was said to Jonah. And Jonah said it to the people, and they all started turning away from their evil and violent and their sinful ways. And so God seen this, and He decided to not destroy the city. So that's basically just what that note's talking about. Just turn away. If you're doing bad shit, sinful shit, evil shit, lustful shit, things that you know that God wouldn't be agreeing with, and just turn away from it. But yeah, but since I just finished up backtesting, I would show my backtesting to y'all, how I backtest and everything, what I look for. Although, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'll be breaking my rules, so obviously I would like to record, because if I recorded my sessions and my backtesting and all that, it would help me to stay disciplined. Because I have an audience watching me, and they're gonna be you guys are gonna be oh, you didn't follow your rules today. Hey, you know, and that's gonna make me oh shit, become more aware and feel some type of way because people are pointing it out to me now, and it would probably make me follow my rules. But the reason I don't record my backtesting sessions, actually, the main reasons is I don't have OBS or whatever it's called on my laptop, which it's easy, I can just download that. But I backtest on Forex Replay, and I just don't have OBS downloaded on my laptop. There's no real excuse to why I don't backtest. Maybe I should start doing it. If y'all want to see me start backtesting, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll do my best to start doing that. But yeah, I just finished up reading Think and Grow Rich. I read 12 pages instead of 10. I read pages 247 through 259, and it just says that our sixth sense, it can be called the receiving set, or it can be called the creative imagination, but through this is which comes to us hunches, ideas, flashes, or visions, just a feeling or an idea or a thought, or a vision that may pop in your head and shit. And next it says to try and imitate or be like the people that you look up to or want to be like as closely as possible when it comes to their actions and emotions. And it talks about how you want to hold imaginary council meetings in your mind every single night when you go to sleep, as you're falling asleep. And you can imagine whoever you want or whatever you want in these imaginary council meetings, but basically what you want to imagine is you want to have a definite purpose for doing so, for one. But what you want to imagine is people who you want to imitate or be like your favorite people of all time, basically, that you actually want to be like, and that you look up to. And you want to use these imaginary people in your imaginary council meetings to develop your character, and over time they may develop their own personalities, because they may just be imaginary council meetings, but one can say that they may possibly be more than real than we actually think they are, but we'll just consider them imaginary. But because it could be possibly calling on the energy of whoever you have in your imaginary council meeting, whether they're dead or alive, because basically you're just calling on their energy, and energy doesn't die, it can only be transferred, it can't be destroyed. And then the last note basically says that your dominating thoughts and desires determine who you become and what you become. So, and obviously you can control your thoughts and you can control what you want. So yeah.